Hello, everyone. It's so good to be with you again today.
Hi, Emma, and a big hello to all our listeners. I'm feeling very happy. Maybe it's because I'm thinking about sunny places.
Sunny places. That's a perfect start. You know, many people learning English think, I must speak perfect English to plan a trip or go on a holiday. It's a common idea that makes people feel nervous.
Yes, that's bad advice. You really don't need perfect English to travel. And today, we will help you learn useful English for exactly that. Welcome to the English Speaking School podcast.
Exactly. Today, we will talk about planning a vacation or a trip. We will learn how to use future words to talk about your holiday. You will also learn how to say what you need for your trip.
Yes, we will show you how to make arrangements. This means making your plans clear. We will give you simple examples. It will be fun and easy to understand. Let's begin.
Before we go further, a quick note. If you're finding these tips useful for your English learning, especially for travel,
And want more practical English advice that really works? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's how you get all our myth-busting tips.
that's right. Subscribing helps us reach more learners and means you'll never miss an episode. For example, when you're planning a trip, you'll often say things like, we will need to find a hotel with a pool. Knowing how to use will for future plans is super helpful.
Definitely. And you'll also hear us talk about what you must do or have to do, like you must remember your passport. These are important words for requirements. So subscribe for more practical examples.
So this idea that you must speak perfect English, it's just not true, and it stops many people from even trying. That's why it's so unhelpful.
Exactly. Think about it. When you're traveling, you're not usually giving a speech or writing an essay. You're asking direct questions or giving simple information. People expect basic communication.
Yes, focusing on perfect grammar before you speak makes you nervous and quiet. It's much better to use simple sentences and communicate. For example, if you want to book a hotel, you can just say, I will need a room for 2 nights. That's simple future and perfectly clear.
Absolutely. Or if you need to know about something important, like the checkout time, you can ask, what time must I check out? People understand these basic sentences very well. They don't expect you to be a native speaker. They just want to understand you.
So the real truth is, you don't need perfect English. You need effective English. That means being understood clearly, not being flawless.
Exactly. It's about being confident with simple sentences and key phrases. Don't let the fear of mistakes stop you. Focus on getting your message across.
And this is where our B1 focus comes in. Instead of feeling shy, you can use easy structures like will for future plans. For example, if you're booking something, you can say, I will book the train tickets tomorrow. Simple, direct, and effective.
Absolutely. Or when discussing what's important for your trip, use modals like need to. You might say, we need to find a hostel that is close to the city center. It expresses a requirement clearly without complicated grammar. I have a great example of this, actually. A few years ago, I was in Spain. My Spanish isn't great, but I had to arrange a taxi to the airport.
Oh, a common travel situation. What did you do?
Well, instead of trying to make a perfect sentence, I just said to the hotel staff, hello, tomorrow morning I will need taxi, airport. Then I showed my flight time on my phone.
That's super direct. And did it work?
Yes, perfectly. They asked, what time must the taxi come? And I told them. My simple English was enough. I used will need for a future requirement and understood must for their question about a specific time. It showed me that getting the key information across is what truly matters.
That's a fantastic point, John. You didn't worry about sounding like a native speaker. You focused on clarity. And that's exactly what we mean by effective English. So for our listeners, how can they start using this effective English approach today, even before their next trip?
Great question, Emma. Here's a simple challenge for everyone. First, imagine your dream vacation, anywhere in the world.
Okay, I'm imagining a beach.
Perfect. Now, step 2, think of 3 things you will need to do to plan it. For example, I will need to save money, or we will book flights next month. This uses will for future plans.
Good. And for step 3, write down 2 things you must or have to prepare for this trip. Like, I must get a new passport, or we have to pack light. These are your requirements.
Exactly. The key is to write these simple sentences and then say them out loud. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Focus on communicating your future plans and requirements. This practices using will and must or have to for real-life situations.
It's all about making those practical sentences become natural. Start small, be clear, and build confidence. Okay, John, let's imagine we're planning a holiday. First, the old way, when people feel nervous. How would you ask about booking a hotel?
I wish to reserve a room, and I require to know if you possess any vacancies for the forthcoming dates.
That sounds difficult, right? Now let's try the effective way. You need a hotel for next week.
Oh, okay. Hello. We will need a room for next week. Do you have one?
Perfect. Simple and clear. And what if you needed to know about tickets?
We must book our flight tickets soon.
Excellent. And what about packing? What do we have to take?
We have to pack warm clothes?
Did you hear those words?
Yes. We used will need, must book, and have to pack to show future plans and requirements easily.
Okay, so we've been practicing using will and must or have to for future plans and requirements. But John, what if a listener has a question about this new approach? A what-if moment.
Ah, yes, a very common worry. I can imagine someone thinking, but what if the person I'm talking to doesn't understand my very simple English? What if I will need a taxi isn't enough?
That's a fantastic, very real question. It's true. Sometimes even simple sentences need a little help. First, remember that many people you meet when traveling are used to hearing different accents and simple English. They want to understand you, so keep trying your direct sentences like, I will need a taxi for 8 o'clock, or I must pay now.
Right. But what if they still look confused or don't seem to understand?
Good point. Then you can try 2 simple things. First, use gestures or show them something. For example, show the time 8 o'clock on your phone. Or try a slightly different simple sentence. Instead of, I must check out now, maybe say, I have to leave the hotel soon. Often, using a different simple verb can help clarify if the first wasn't understood. Don't be afraid to try another simple sentence. You'll often find a way.
So, John, we've covered a lot today about planning trips with confidence. What are the 3 most important takeaways you want our listeners to remember from this episode?
Excellent question, Emma. First, and this is crucial, forget the idea that you must speak perfect English to travel. That's a myth that stops people. Instead, focus on effective, simple English.
Yes, effective English means being understood clearly. And the second key point?
The second point is to confidently use will for your future plans. For example, I will book the train tickets tomorrow. It's direct and clear.
And the third, equally important phrase?
That would be using must or have to for discussing requirements, like you must remember your passport, or we have to pack light. These words make your necessities clear.
Fantastic summary. So in short, effective English over perfect English, confidently using will for future plans, and must or have to for requirements. Now for our listeners' quick challenge.
Today, right now, think of one small plan you will make for later today or tomorrow, maybe for lunch or an errand. And then think of one thing you must do to achieve that plan.
For example,
I will buy milk after work. And the requirement, I must remember my shopping bag.
Exactly. Now say those 2 sentences out loud, even if it's just to yourself. This helps make these phrases natural.
And remember, communication is about clarity, not perfection. Be confident, keep it simple, and you will be understood.
That's right. Don't let fear stop your adventures. Thank you for joining us today on the English Speaking School podcast.
We hope these tips help you plan your next trip with a smile. Until next time, keep practicing and speak English confidently.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye!